and gentlemen, once again, as always, the one, the only, the motherfucking General, Miguel Magallon. And as always, the president, the founder, the CEO of Magallon Entertainment. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Sports Betting Podcast with the Sports Betting Mexican. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a day of honesty. Today is a day of acknowledgement. Today is a day of ass whooping. Today is a day of truth telling. Today, ladies and gentlemen, listening to me across the country and around the world, is a day of motherfucking accountability. Because, ladies and gentlemen, what did I say when I first started this podcast? I said two things. I said, when I'm right, I'm going to bang my shit on this podcast. And when I'm wrong, I'm going to admit I'm wrong. Why? Because ain't no fucking bitches on this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I want to keep it real with you. I want to be honest with you. Something that a lot of sports handicappers refuse to do. They act like little fucking bitches. Pinche pendejas on their fucking periods. Scary motherfuckers out here on the internet. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you motherfucking name it. Facebook and pinche Facebook. A lot of motherfuckers out here, guys. A lot of them on Twitter, on Facebook, on OnlyFans, on fucking, let me sell you my garbagepicks.com, on fucking, you know what I mean? I'm Mr. Undefeated, and then I just delete all the bets that I got wrong type of shit. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? A lot of handicappers out here in the world, they're scared. They're fucking fearful. They're fucking bitches when it comes to honesty, transparency, and accountability. But ladies and gentlemen, the General, I ain't like this. The General, he's not like that. The General keeps it 100 on this podcast. All my wins, all my losses, all my bets, all my plays, all my in-depth analysis. 100% free, 100% transparent, and 100% motherfucking documented. Every single fucking day of the week. 365 to the day I fucking die, till the wheels fall off on this fucking ride. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to be honest with you. I'm here to take accountability with you. And I'm here to keep it real with you one more motherfucking time. The General did not have a good week last week. The General got his ass beat last week. The General was getting fucking murdered by the sports freaks last week. Ladies and gentlemen, he was getting blown the fuck out. Last week, they fucking was rocking my shit. I was like, ooh, where the fuck this come from? I thought the sports book was just gonna lay down like a bitch. Instead, they fought back. They were scrappy. I was like, okay, I see you. You got some heart left in you, dog. Young pup. Okay. But next week, I'm a beat your motherfucking ass. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Because last week, ladies and gentlemen, again, let me be honest. Let me be clear. Let me keep it 100, transparent. Everything out there in the open. Ain't no bitches on this side. When I'm right, I'm motherfucking right. And I bang my shit every time. And when I'm wrong, I take the L like a man. Ain't no bitches on this side. I'm not going to tell you one thing and then do another. Or do one thing and then pretend I didn't do it. Or say one thing and then pretend I never said it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not how we get down on this podcast. So, let me do a recap for you of last week to let you know where we were. I started this podcast, I think right before the NFL season started, right? During college football opening week, something like that, when college football season opened up. And I started this podcast, right? The Sports Betting Mexican podcast. And I started it with $2,500. And I told you guys from the jump, I told you guys from the start, I'm going to take this $2,500 right here, and I'm going to run it up all the way to $100,000 by Christmas. That's the goal. That's the mission. That's the mantra. That's the focus. That's the mentality on this motherfucker. Right? $2,500 to $100,000 by Christmas. Now, I could have been an asshole about it and started with more money. I had a lot of people in my circle telling me, nah, dog, 2,500 ain't nothing. Come on, General, you a big dog. You a OG. You the fucking leader out here. You gotta start off hard. You gotta start off with like 50,000. And I was over here thinking to myself, 50,000 for a sports betting bankroll? And they're like, yeah, General, you should start off with 50,000 and run that shit up to like 500,000, dog, $500,000. That's what you should do as a general. And I was over there really thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, man, but to start off a bankroll with 50,000, 50 bands, 50 racks like that, I'm going to have to sell 2 of my Bitcoins. I gotta sell 2 Bitcoins to start off because I don't got 50 G's in the bank. You know what I mean? Just because I have 50 G's don't mean it's sitting there in the bank just sitting there doing nothing. I'm not stupid with my money. I'm not a DTD. I'm not a fucking butt-fuck squishy face retard. Know what I mean? I'm not just sitting here with 50,000 earning 0% interest like a fucking butt-fuck moron. Hell nah. You know how we ride on the fucking podcast over at Magayon Entertainment, the main podcast? I make my money work for me now. I ain't one of these bitch-ass Mexicans working on his hands and knees. I ain't one of these stupid-ass Mexicans that don't even got a GED. I ain't one of them dumb-ass Mexicans that dropped out of college. Hell nah, motherfuckers. I got like 14 associate degrees. I got 2 bachelor's degrees and I got 2 master's degrees. And I almost fucking got my PhD before I fucked around and, you know what I mean, started to become a millionaire. So trust me, I ain't dumb, I ain't stupid, I ain't a fucking retard, right? My money works for me now. That's why I'm retired. I don't work for money, because my money works for me. Y'all know what it be. I get that interest on the interest on the interest on the compound motherfucking interest. The general don't work for no money. Hell nah. I be on that white people shit. My money work for me now. I just sit back, relax, and fuck my wife at home all day. That's what the fucking general do. Hell yeah. Fuck working on your hands and knees. Hell no. Nobody want to do that shit. It's just for most Mexicans, for most minorities, we don't know how to make money work for us. We don't understand the power of compound interest. We don't know how to like buy assets and investments. We don't understand the stock market. Nobody's there to teach us about crypto. Nobody explains to us what Bitcoin is. Nobody understands what, investing is, because they don't want to teach us that. Especially not in school. They just want us to drop out, smoke weed, get fucking, bunch of dumb bitches pregnant, and just end up paying child support and paying taxes and bills for the rest of our life. That's all they want. Keep us on our hands and knees, fucking slaves till we die. But the general, he ain't on that. The general learned how to pick up a book. The general learned how to fucking read. The general knows how to do fucking math. And I know what the fucking interest is when I compound that shit. Fucking 10% here, 20% here, 10% here, 20% there, 30, 40, 50% everywhere. The general understands the power of compound interest over time. That's why I make my money work for me now. And that's what I talk about on my other podcast, the main one. But on this one, this is my side hustle podcast. This is the, you ain't got a lot of money right now to be investing in the stock market. You ain't got no money to buy Bitcoin. You ain't got no money to invest in crypto, but you want to get more money, but you just don't know how because they're not giving you a lot of hours at work. Or maybe you live somewhere in the middle of buttfuck nowhere like fucking Barstow or Tehachapi or California City or somewhere, fucking Bakersfield, where there's not a lot of job opportunities. There's not a lot of resources. There's not a lot of ways for you to make money. So if you're in a position where there's just not no jobs anywhere, or they're not giving anyone full-time, they're only going to give you part-time, or you don't really qualify for nothing because you don't got a college degree, you know what I mean, or you don't even got a GED, then obviously you're not going to make a lot of money in this economy, especially right now. Hell nah. You stuck making minimum wage, my boy. So that's why I started this podcast. Like, you know what? I'm going to pull out some money, and if you want, you could ride with me, you could follow me, you can track me, and then you can flip your money with me. And then if I'm able to do this successfully, right, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to do everything I can to flip this 2,500 to a fucking, to a 100,000 by Christmas. Then if we get to 100,000 by the end of the year, y'all going to have a lot of money to be investing in cryptocurrency or buying some Bitcoins and stacking up your Bitcoin positions, or buying, investing that money in Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Microsoft, fucking Amazon and shit. Companies that are never going to go away. But in order to invest that shit, in order to buy those stocks, those assets, those long-term investments, you got to have money for that shit. I know a lot of people right now, y'all struggling, especially with inflation and fucking rent prices, gas prices going through the fucking roof, food is becoming more unaffordable. That's why everyone's going to fucking Jack in the Box and Mickey D's right now. You know what I mean? It's hard out there for a lot of people, and a lot of y'all got fucking bills and debt, financial responsibilities, and pinche child support and pinche child support. Like, I know a lot of y'all struggling, a lot of y'all hurting, a lot of y'all looking at y'all bank account and looking at y'all checking account like, damn, man. And your bank account looking at you like, make it enough, my boy. And it's hard for a lot of people in America. It's hard for a lot of people around the world. Look at all these immigrants fucking just walking into this country. Why? Because nobody wants to live in El Salvador. Nobody wants to live in Guatemala. Nobody wants to live in Argentina. Why? Because ain't no jobs, ain't no resources, ain't nothing for you, my guy. Come on now. It makes sense that they want to come to this country. So, without going too far out there, right? That's why I started, that's why I feel like I had to find a way to help a lot of my subscribers on my main podcast and a lot of people I know in my life personally to find a way to make more money. You know what I mean? And, I'm not saying everyone should start, sports betting with me, but what I am saying is, I said this on the main podcast, yesterday, but I said, I don't care if you got to do DoorDash right now. I don't care if you got to do Postmates, Uber Eats, Lyft, fucking security guard on the weekend. I don't care what you guys got to do, my boy. Like right now, you guys got to figure out a way to make more money because inflation's not coming back down. You know what I mean? I don't see 2% happening anytime soon. And, if anything, I feel like most people are feeling like they're experiencing a recession right now, especially with gas prices, especially with food prices, and especially with rent prices. Trust me, that landlord's not going to give you a discount anytime soon. So a lot of people feel like they just keep getting more and more fucked every single day. No lube, straight raw every day, every night. Fucking IRS out here trying to bend you over on the couch, asking you, you know what I mean, what you're doing with your money. Like, bitch, go investigate fucking Hillary Clinton and all that bullshit she be doing, making $100 million in a year in the stock market, talking about she doesn't participate in insider trading. Bitch, please, shut the fuck up. Cállate. No insider trading. Bitch, you fucking invented it. Get the fuck out of here. Shut the fuck up, Hillary. So the point I'm making is, I feel like there's a lot of people that want to invest in the stock market, want to invest in crypto and Bitcoin and Tesla and Nvidia and AMD and this stock and that stock and this other pinche fucking stock and this shit coin and the other shit coin. But the problem is y'all ain't got no monies. And that's why I told people on my main podcast, I'm going to start up a new podcast called The Sports Betting Mexican, right? And, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to take $2,500. I'm going to go to the sports book out here in Vegas. And I'm going to show you guys all my tickets. I'm going to give you guys all my plays. And I'm going to give you all my fucking, predictions and fucking in-game analysis. And I'm going to do it 100% free, 100% transparent, and everything 100% documented. Every single one of my plays, show you all of my tickets, all my money, everything. And for the most part, I've been doing that for these first 2-3 weeks. Like I give you guys videos where I'm literally pulling up to the sports books in Vegas, whether it's the Westgate Super Sports Book or the South Point. I hit up Caesars tonight, like any sports book I go to out here in the city. Like I show you guys a video of me pulling up to it, me, walking out of it, all of the tickets I put down, all the money I lay down, all the fucking, all my predictions. I give you guys all my thinking behind it. And I do everything 100% free, 100% transparent, and 100% documented. I feel like there's nobody out here like me. Like most people will just give you a play or tell you, what to do, but they don't tell you how many units they're putting on it or how much money they're putting on it or what percentage of their bankroll is on it. You know what I mean? Like they're not giving you like the full transparency or they're not giving you the full picture. They're giving you a quick little screenshot or a snapshot, but they're not showing you like everything like going on behind the scenes and everything going on in their bankroll. And that's why I feel like it's on me to be like super transparent because I'm trying to be that person. I'm trying to be that motherfucking general. You feel me? So, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. And that's what I'm trying to do tonight. Because again, last week, trying to keep it 100 with you. Ain't no bitches on this side. I'm as real. I'm as ruthless. I'm as raw as it fucking gets. 100% fucking local. You know what I mean? Like straight the fuck up the way it should be, in my opinion. And last week, I got my ass whooped, America. Let me tell you, I got my statistics right here. You guys don't have to write this down. Just listen to me. Last week, on all of my plays, week 3 of the NFL season, I went 6-9, 40%. That's what I did last week. 6 wins, 9 losses, and I only hit for 40%. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? That's a bad week, right? On top of that, I lost my first college bet of the football season. Not one, but 2 of my bets went down. And that was on Deion Sanders, Coach Prime Time over there at Colorado. I had him winning against Oregon. I showed you guys the tickets on one of my last videos, but I put 200 on the money line, and I put 550 on the spread for them to cover the 21. Man, Deion, they got fucking blown out. They got romped. They got raped out there in Oregon, man. That shit was embarrassing. You know, I told you guys that on my recap video that I put out last week or earlier this week, you know, and I said, man, college football sucked for this week. We went 0-2, and I was 3-0, you know, because I had them on the money line against TCU, cashed out the plus 700 on that shit. You know, that was like my biggest upset of the year to date. And then after that, the following week, I took them against fucking Nebraska, took them on the fucking money line, the spread, whatever. And I think I put like 220 on that shit, cashed out that shit. And so Deion's been making me money all season. I'm up almost a grand on fucking Colorado this season. And so going against Oregon, I knew they didn't have Travis Hunter. I knew their best player was out. But I was kind of like, man, I didn't want to be a bitch about it because I said, I want to bet on Colorado every single game this season. I did it against TCU, even though a lot of people told me not to. I didn't listen. I did it anyways. Cashed out plus 700. You know, then a lot of people were like, damn, Nebraska, you know, maybe that you know, that last one was a fluke. I said, nah, I'm going to keep fucking riding it. And guess what? Laid down the -2.5 and they covered by fucking 6. So cashed out that shit too. So here we go against Oregon, and you know I want to be hard-headed because I'm on the roll. I laid down 550 on the spread, 200 on the money line, and both them shits didn't hit. They got blown out by motherfucking 40 out there in Oregon. So I lost that 550 and I lost the 200 on the money line. That shit was like plus 600, plus 700, just like it was against TCU, you know. But you know, so I was basically no longer undefeated in college. But I said, fuck it, I'm gonna make it up in NFL, and I bet you Deion got me next week, you know, when they have to go back home and play USC. Because again, I'm gonna bet them every single game this season because they're gonna be an underdog in like 90% of the games they play this season. You know what I mean? Like they might not be underdogs in every game the rest of the season, but there's gonna be a lot of games where Deion Sanders, Prime Time, Shadur Sanders, they're gonna be underdogs in a lot of games this season. And I don't think they're going to lose every game for the rest of the season. I think they're going to pull off some more upsets from now until the end of college football. At least 2 or 3 more upsets from now until then. The problem is no one knows which game is going to be the upset because nobody saw the win against TCU coming. You know, a lot of people still doubted them against Nebraska for some dumbass reason. You know what I mean? So, in a lot of these games that are coming up for Colorado and Coach Sanders and Shadur Sanders and Travis Hunter when he comes back healthy, a lot of games they're going to be underdogs in. And it might be a big underdog, might be a small underdog, but they're going to be, you know what I mean, underdogs in a lot of games for the rest of this season. And I'm going to keep betting them every single game because I feel like Deion is going to win me more money than he loses me money. I feel like he's going to make me profitable this season. So, you know, we'll see. I'm probably going to bet him against USC. I don't know how much money. I'm going to figure that out, you know, later tonight. And I'm probably going to drop, I'll give you guys my Thursday night football play probably in 2 hours. I'm waiting for some more data to come in, but I'll give you guys my Thursday night football play. Matter of fact, fuck it. I'll tell you guys what my play is tonight right now. I'm probably going to take the Detroit Lions on the road against the Packers. And I'm gonna take the Lions on the road against Green Bay and the Packers in fucking Green Bay because I told you guys, you know, how I feel about Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love has the second best offensive line in all of football. Let me say that. Let me run that back one more time. I believe the Green Bay Packers have the second best offensive line in all of football. I think 49ers have number 1. I think the Packers have number 2. And to be honest, you know, I think the Saints might have a top 5 too. But with that being said, I think the problem with Jordan Love is even though he has the second best offensive line in all of football, he's still fucking trash. The only reason the Packers are going to win the division this year, in my opinion, or at least have a chance to, is because even if your quarterback is fucking trash and he's fucking garbage and he sucks and he's overrated and he's fucking mediocre to me, if you give him too much time in the pocket, He's eventually just going to keep finding open receivers, and he's just going to keep doing the dump pass like Tom Brady used to do. Like even a fucking garbage QB, if you give him fucking eternity in the pocket, he's going to find somebody that's wide the fuck open eventually. And I think that's what it is with the Packers. I think the Packers, because they're so good, when they play defenses that are injured or defenses that are overrated or defenses that fucking suck, it's going to be hard to put pressure on Jordan Love. So Jordan Love's going to sit back there behind the second best offensive line in all of football, and he's just going to pick people apart. Not because he's special, not because he's elite, not because he's the fucking next Patrick Mahomes, get the fuck out of here with that shit, but because when you have the second best offensive line in football that gives you nothing but time in the motherfucking pocket, of course you're going to find the receiver that's wide open. You got all day. You got time to fucking eat a bagel, drink some coffee, fucking take a shower. This motherfucker be having way more time in the pocket than a lot of other QBs. You know, look at Joe Burrow. Look at, look at Russell Wilson. Look at the fucking Panthers. Look at the Texans. Look at a lot of teams in the league this year. They got garbage protection for their fucking quarterback. Meanwhile, Jordan Love over here taking a fucking sponge bath and shit. He got all day to throw. So that's why I think the Packers are going to ultimately win the division at the end of the year. I think the Packers are going to make the playoffs this year. Not because they're elite, not because they're special, but because they have a special offensive line that's going to give Jordan Love a shit ton of time in the pocket. And the only way to beat Jordan Love and the Packers is you have to be able to get to him and only rush 4 pass rushers and put everyone else fucking in coverage. Because if you do that, and you're able to fucking force him to scramble, he's going to throw you a pick. He's going to throw an interception. He's going to run around and fumble. Because Jordan Love is average. Jordan Love is overrated. Jordan Love is not that special. But if you can't rush him, if you can't get to him, and you give him time in the pocket, he's going to look like Tom Brady. He's going to look like Peyton Manning. Because any quarterback with too much time, if you give him unlimited pass protection, he is going to look special, even if he's not. Because you're giving him his receivers way too much time to get, wide the fuck open. So, with that being said, I told you guys I'm going to take Jordan Love to win every single game this season when he plays against a bad defense. But I'm going to fade his bitch ass every game this season when he plays against an elite defense. That's why I faded him against the Saints, and they should have lost that game. The Saints missed a field goal with like fucking 15 seconds left from like the 45-yard line. You gotta fucking be kidding me. What do I always tell you about Derek Carr? All that bitch ass motherfucker does is fuck me. Every single fucking time. No matter how much money I put on him, no matter how much I fucking, you know what I mean? Like believe in him, all he does is fucking let people down. That's his whole fucking life right now. Just constantly letting people down, especially sports bettors. So, the Saints had an opportunity to win in Green Bay. They had the ball at the fucking 20-yard line, 30-yard line with 15 seconds left for a go-ahead field goal, and they go ahead and fucking miss that shit, and the Packers end up winning the game by like fucking 1 point. Even though they should have lost. It was a 45-yard field goal. It was a fucking give-me shot. And he still missed that shit. So the Packers should have lost last week in my opinion, but they didn't. But in my opinion, Jordan Love did not. He had a good fourth quarter, but the reason he had a great fourth quarter was because the Saints were playing fucking soft-ass defense at the end of the game, and they were basically giving the game away. And they still should have won. But, it is what it is. So with that being said, here we go against Jordan Love against a really good defense. The Lions have a good defense, in my opinion. I don't think the Lions' defense sucks. I think the Lions have a really good defense, and I think that loss to Seattle 2 weeks ago really woke them the fuck up. I think they got all big-headed after they beat the Kansas City Chiefs on the road, and they got a little bit full of themselves. But, I think they came back home and got their ass whooped by the Seahawks, and then after that they took out their frustration and irritation on the Panthers. And so, or whoever the fuck they faced. I forgot who they played. No, they played Atlanta. Was it Atlanta? I think it was Atlanta they played, and they beat the brakes off that pussy. So now I think they're going to take this game seriously because it's a divisional game. And I think they have a really good defense, which means Jordan Love should struggle. On top of that, Jordan Love is missing 2 of his top offensive linemen because they're dealing with injuries and they don't want him playing on Thursday Night Football. Which means Jordan Love tonight will not have the second best offensive line in football. He's going to have an average offensive line in football because he's missing 2 of his starters tonight, including his starting left tackle, Baki. So with that being said, it should be fairly easy for the Detroit Lions to put pressure on Jordan Love, which means I think he's going to throw a pick, which means I think he's going to fucking fumble, which means I think he's going to give the game away. Because again, Jordan Love is only good when you give him too much time in the pocket, which can and will happen when he plays in a mediocre defense that sucks and he has an offensive line that's fully healthy. Because when fully healthy, this is the second best offensive line in football. But they're missing 2 starters tonight, and the Detroit Lions are fucking hungry because they're pissed off they lost that game to Seattle 2 weeks ago, and they took it out on the Falcons last week. So I think the Lions are fucking fully awake now. I think that was a gut check. Again, I think they got big-headed after they beat the fucking Kansas City Chiefs without fucking Travis Kelce and without Chris Jones. You know, they got full of it, thought they were heading to the Super Bowl. Next thing you know, they lost at home to Seattle and got that fucking, ass whooped. And so again, I think they took it out on the Falcons, beat their ass instead. And now I think they're going to take this game seriously because this is a divisional game on Thursday night and they really need it so they can take a lead in the divisional standings. Again, I still have the Packers winning the division at the end of the season, but right now I have them losing this matchup against the Detroit Lions because Jordan Love's offensive line is not fully healthy. Again, he's missing 2 starters, and the Lions are going to take this game super seriously. And if they're able to put pressure on Jordan Love and only have to rush 4 guys and put the rest out in coverage, I think it's going to lead to Jordan Love getting sacked. I think he's going to fumble. I think he's going to throw a pick or 2. And I think he's going to look like dog shit tonight because that's what he does when you don't give him time in the pocket and he plays an elite defense. Because he's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Russell Wilson in his prime. And he's not the next Aaron Rodgers. He's the next guy that's going to get replaced in the next quarterback draft, in my opinion. Because he is not special. He is not the truth. He is not elite. He is not a savior. He is not he's not the next man up. He's the next guy out, in my opinion. But that's just me. So with that being said, I'm taking the Detroit Lions tonight. I'm going to go ahead and put that out on a separate video. But, giving you guys an exclusive sneak peek right here, while I talk about these blowout losses. Because, again, last week, I didn't do good. Last week, I fucking sucked. I admitted it. I'm embarrassed by it. I want to say I'm humbled by it. Because it's just a reminder that I'm not going to hit 60, 70% every single week for the rest of the season. There's going to be some down weeks. There's going to be some bad weeks. And there's going to be some fucking shitty ass weeks. My goal, again, is just to make as much money every single week and be profitable at the end of the season. And to be able to tell you guys, when we get to Christmas that I started out with 2,500 and I ran it up to 100,000. Now I want you guys to go out there into the new year and I want you guys to buy as many Bitcoins and as much crypto as possible and fill up your fucking 401ks, Roth IRAs, and all your retirement accounts with as many Bitcoins and Tesla stock and Apple stock, Nvidia stock, Google stock, Microsoft stock, and Amazon stock as possible. That way you guys can retire early. And you guys won't have to work for money anymore because you guys will be retired by the time you're, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, however old you are. You guys can retire in the next 5 years, never have to work for money, never have to work for a paycheck again, and never have to work on your hands and knees ever again. And your money will work for you now. And then you guys can just stay home and fuck your wife all day too and just enjoy your life, enjoy your kids, enjoy your fucking marriage, enjoy your time on earth, and enjoy this fucking miracle we call life. You know what I mean? With the blessing of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Praise the Lord. Praise Allah. Praise everybody who put us here. So whoever it is you believe in, fucking Gandhi, Buddha, don't care. Whoever it is you pray to, we can give thanks every single day and every single night. And so that's kind of like my goal in life. That's my mission. That's my focus. That's my fucking mentality on this podcast. To make you as much money as you can so you can enjoy your life and not have to be a slave anymore in this life. So with that being said, though, last week it was definitely, it was a hip check. It was a gut punch. It was, you know what I mean? It was a straight, jab to the jaw. And it was just a reminder that we're not going to have a profitable week every week. There is going to be a down week. There is going to be a bad week. There's going to be a motherfucking fucked up week. And we're just going to have to take it. We're going to have to be a man. Can't be a bitch about it. Can't sit here and cry. We got to get up and move on. And we got to fucking run that shit later. We got to catch that fade later. We got to fucking run that back the next day, the next week. And that's what we're going to try to do here. So with that being said, that is my play for Thursday night. I'm taking the Detroit Lions. And I'm taking them on... I think I'm going to take them on the -1.5. I think they're favored by 1.5, -1. I might just take the money line instead because last game, Packers have been in a lot of tight games. The Packers, I think the Packers lost that game to Atlanta by like 1 or 2 points, and then they beat the fucking Saints by like 1 or 2 points. Some shit like that. Like both of their games have come down to a field goal. So I don't want to take the 1.5 and watch the Lions win by 1. Like Derek Carr did during opening week where he beat the Titans, but he didn't cover the -3 because he only beat them by 1. So I want to be careful and I want to be sure that we win. So I'm going to take the Detroit Lions on the money line. Fuck the -1. Because knowing this fucking, knowing Vegas and shit, they always got that insider info. Watch the Lions win by exactly 1 and not cover the spread. Wouldn't that be some shit? Would that surprise anybody? So, I mean, you guys can say fuck it and just take the 1.5, but I'm just going to take the Lions on the money line, minus like 120, minus 115 instead, and just say fuck it, do it that way. So I'm taking the Lions tonight on the motherfucking money line, and that's going to be my play for tonight. I'll talk about it later tonight. But in terms of right now, last week we went 6-9. I hit for 40%. And right now I'm hitting 56% for the season. My total averages are 23-18. That's what I am right now on the season. I am 23-18. And I think I have a push, which was that Saints game last week on Monday night. So we have one push this season, but I'm not, counting it towards my fucking statistics. So overall, that's where I am right now. I am 23-18. I'm hitting 56%. And the reason is because last week I only went 6 for 9. The week before that, I went 8 for 5 and I was 17-9, not including college football. I was hitting like 60-70%, to start the year. Now I'm all the way down to 56%, so it's up to me to get my numbers back up there, and I want to be back in the fucking 60s and 70s. I want to be back at hitting 60-70% after having a down week. So this is my bounce back. This is my fucking retribution. This is my retaliation. This is my fucking, run that shit back next week. This is my fucking catch that fade one more time mentality. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 23-18 on the NFL. I'm 2-1 in college football because last week we lost on, betting on prime time. I'm probably going to bet again. I'm going to bet him again this week against USC. Again, all my tickets are probably going to come out on Friday. So keep an eye out for that. All my tickets are coming out on Friday. Okay? Wanted to put that out there. Public service announcement. All my tickets, all my plays for college football, for NFL, and boxing, because we have that Canelo Alvarez fight this Saturday night against fucking Jermell Charlo's bitch ass. So we're going to be taking Canelo Alvarez this weekend too. So I got Coach Primetime this weekend. I got Patrick Mahomes this weekend. I got the 49ers this weekend. I got Canelo Alvarez this weekend. I got the Lions this weekend. We got a lot of fucking plays coming up this weekend. Starting tonight on Thursday night. Again, we're starting off with the Lions. Then after that, Saturday, we got, Coach Prime Time. I'm going to take him in Colorado. I think the spread is like, plus 21, plus 21.5. I'm also going to sprinkle in some money on the money line. Then Saturday night, we got Canelo Alvarez versus Charlo's bitch ass. And then Sunday morning, we have that early 6 a.m. game. The Jaguars versus, who the fuck are the Jags playing? It's the Jaguars versus the Falcons. Jags are favored by -3. I'm probably going to take the Jaguars, honestly. I'm going to take the Jags. Fuck the Falcons. I know they started off 2-0 and everyone was thinking highly of them. But I told you guys, they ain't shit to me. So I'm going to take the Jaguars. I'm probably going to take them on the money line too. Because those fucking European games can be weird sometimes. So I'm going to take the Jags on the money line, and I'm going to take the Lions on the money line. I think the Lions just went up to -2. So fuck that shit. The Packers lost, 2 weeks ago by only 2. And then this past week, they won by 1 point. So a lot of their games are coming down to the wire. A lot of the Packers' wins and losses are coming down to like a field goal. So I don't want to fuck around with the -2 and watch the Lions only win by 1. Fuck that shit. And I don't want to get another push again like I did 2 weeks ago. So I'm just going to take the Lions on the money line and give me the Jags on the money line. And like I said, Saturday I'm taking Colorado on the spread, and I'm taking Colorado on the money line, and I'm gonna cap it off with fucking Canelo Alvarez beating the fuck out of Jamel Charlo's bitch ass. That fucker's overrated. It's been overrated to me. So with that being said, Canelo versus bitch ass Charlo. I'm gonna take Canelo on the money line. And again, Friday afternoon, excuse me. Friday afternoon, come back onto my channel. And on Friday afternoon, I'm going to give you all my plays, all my tickets, tell you how much money I'm putting on each ticket, how I'm managing the bankroll going into week 4 of the NFL season. I'm going to show you guys everything, and that's going to come out Friday afternoon. And then, on Saturday, I'll give you guys my my breakdown for, how I see it going down with Canelo Alvarez versus Charlo's bitch ass. And I'll also give you guys all my in-game analysis for Sunday Night Football as well. So with that being said, come back onto the channel Friday afternoon. All my tickets are going to be on display. All my fucking bankroll management is going to be explained. And all my fucking plays are going to be out there. 100% transparent, 100% documented, and 100% for the world to fucking see. Every single week, every single play, every single bet, everything I do out here on this podcast. Always out there. Ain't no bitches on this side. I ain't hiding from shit. And we're always transparent with it. When I'm right, I bang my chest. When I'm wrong, I take that shit. Again, ain't no bitches on this side, America. So with that being said, yeah, last week it was a bad week. I went 6 for 9. I'm only hitting 56% for the season. But I'm going to have a bounce back week. I'm coming back for that retribution. I'm coming back for that fade. And I'm coming with that wartime mentality. So this week I'm hoping for a really good week. We're starting it off with the fucking Detroit Lions. Then Sunday morning at 6 a.m. we're kicking it off with the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars. And then I'm also right now, real quick, I'll give you guys my favorite play of the week. I know the Rams ticket lost, which was super disappointing to me. It was frustrating to me, but it happens. But this week I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm going to be betting basically almost everything I have on that money line. San Francisco 49ers, they're minus 14. I think the money line is like minus 1,000. So it's basically 10% added to the bankroll. It's basically 10% free money. So whatever you guys want to put on the San Francisco 49ers, it's up to you. But if the money line is minus 1,000, it's basically 10% free money. So you guys can put whatever you want on it. It's basically free money. All you have to do is wait for the game to be over so you can go ahead and cash it. It's 10% free money. So I'm probably going to be dumping my entire bankroll on the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday afternoon. They're playing the bitch-ass fucking Arizona Cardinals who just fucking, embarrassed the fucking Dallas Cowboys. I'm probably going to take the Cowboys too, honestly, but I'm going to put that on a separate ticket. But the main ticket this week is the fucking 49ers. One more time, run that shit back. They're undefeated. They can't be beaten. They're unstoppable. They're fucking, they put the fear of God in bitches. And right now, there's nothing that anybody can do to stop them. So give me the San Francisco 49ers on the money line. Easy money, free money, motherfucking guaranteed money. And I'm dumping everything I have on that game. And so that's going to be our nightcap for Sunday night. Sunday morning, again, give me the Jags on the money line. Saturday afternoon, give me Deion Sanders, primetime Sanders in the afternoon. Give me Canelo Alvarez on Saturday night while I take a shot at tequila at night. And then Thursday night football tonight, give me the Detroit Lions on the motherfucking money line. Ladies and gentlemen, last week I only went 40%. I went 6 for 9. I'm only hitting 56% for the season. But I promise you, America, stick with me, roll with me, ride with me. Fucking go to war with the one, the only, the motherfucking general, and be fucking loyal to this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise I'm coming for payback. I promise I'm coming for retribution. And I promise you, sportsbooks, if you're listening, I'm coming for that ass, bitches. Raw, no lube, no condom, no plan B. I'm gonna be out here getting these sportsbooks pregnant because I'm busting a nut on all these bitches this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for riding, and thank you guys for trusting in and believing in the one, the only, the motherfucking general. Say it with me. Entertainment! And thank you for riding with me at the Sports Betting Mexican Podcast. I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll give you guys another video later tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, all my tickets, 100% free, 100% documented, 100% for the world to see. Everything's always transparent. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for believing in me. I'll see you guys on Friday. We'll cash out Thursday. We'll cash out Saturday. And we're going to cash out everything on Sunday. All cash, all profits. Let's fucking get it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for subscribing.